Today we're going to jump into one of my favorite tools, Trello. Trello is something I use absolutely every single day, whether it's for my life or for my business and all those different things in between. And so I thought I'm going to go back. I shared this probably one of my very first Flourish TVs, but I wanted to go back in and share with you some basics so that you can maybe use it too, and maybe you'll fall in love with it like I have. So we are going to start with Trello, and I want to explain. Trello is kind of like if you had a huge whiteboard and you were going to organize a bunch of different things, and you had categories or you had a list of different kinds of things, and then you had a bunch of different Post-it notes. Like, I still love my Post-it notes. I got all my colors of Post-it notes here, but this is kind of like Post-it notes that you can move around on your computer. You can type. You don't have to use your writing, your hands, and you can take it wherever you go, because you can have it on your computer or on your phone. So I love being able to use my computer for it, but I love that I can check in on Trello and grab what I need on the go as well. And I've done several other trainings on Trello. I've done one where I actually have a full a weekly menu planning and recipe storage. So if you didn't ever have that, you can put recipes in the comments and I can send that your way. I'm working on a really, really big one coming up that will probably be ready here in a week or so. That's coming. And then I have my new Faith and Flourish Trello board that is new, and it is a paid board, but most of the ones I give you are for free, and I have lots of free ones as well. And so, but for those of you who are listening to the Flourish TV, if you put TV in the comments below, I will send you a special code so that you can get that at a discount. So I would love to be able to give that to you. And I really love how Trello has helped me in my life. And so this is one that actually is kind of anchor, a daily routine. It gives you all the different things you need to be organized in your life and start off well in your day and throughout the day and the weeks to come. So you can put TV in the comments, and I will make sure I grab you, give you the link and then a special discount for that. But anyways, so we are going to jump in and talk a little bit more about Trello. So Trello is something that it's, like I said, it's a board of organization. So I like it because it's visually appealing, and my brain likes to see like cards or colors or things moving around, and it helps the way that I think. And so I think people that aren't as visually drawn to things, I still think that you can use it in a lot of different ways. But so basically you have different boards. You can see this is kind of my Trello board. I have my starred boards in the at the top, so you can actually choose the boards that you really want to have in focus, and then ones that you're going to use all the time and different things. Like I have my weekly flow one, and then this is the one I'm working on. I'm excited. And then and other ones that you might be coming up. So this Faith and Flourish Trello board is here. Now, most of you can be totally fine with a free version of Trello, which is why I really love that platform. So we have different parts of Trello. There are your workspaces, there are your boards, your lists, and then your cards. So those are like the four kind of main like terminology that you need to know. So workspace, in a free version, you have you have a workspace, and you're allowed 10 boards inside that workspace. But what people don't realize is that you can have more than one workspace in your Trello. So you can have a free account and have lots and lots of boards. I have a paid account because I like to make templates so that I can give to you. And so I have a paid account, but you can do most of everything that I'm showing in your regular account. So the first thing we're going to do when we step into creating a board is we're going to hit create. What a surprise, right? So we come here and you can create a board, and you can start with a template. I don't typically use templates, but you can if you're brand new to this. But I just like doing it from scratch because I can make it exactly how I want it. And so here we go, and we're going to do a title. So I thought about a Christmas planning because, yes, even though we are in October, Christmas is coming. So I thought, what better space to do this is to start planning, or have this really ahead of time so that you can use it throughout the year. And then here is a workspace. So you can see I have different kinds of workspaces and different boards and things like that. So I can put this into, I'm just going to put it in my bigger workspace just because who knows, maybe I'll make this into a template as well. So these workspaces are here. So you can, then you would just hit create. Once you create, this is your basic board. This is what it looks like when you start. A few different things. So here, you can see here's the name of the board here. This is what you call the list. The list is where is kind of the start of something that you want to organize. So, and then here, so it says add list. So I'm going to say, let's say this is people to buy for. This is again for Christmas. I'll hit here. Once you do that, then it brings this down and it brings a card. So I'm going to go back to that in a second and we'll come through and we're going to add some different lists. But one thing I like to do is obviously, because it's visually pleasing, this does not scream Christmas to me at all. It doesn't have anything to do with my brand or anything like that. You don't have to do this step, but I think it makes more fun. So if you come over here and hit these three dots, this will bring up a lot of different things. And as you move down, you can put, a summary about the board. You can decide if you want this visible for others to see. You can share it here. You can star it. This is where you can put the board at the top of your list. And there's different settings. And here is change background. So you can bring in your own custom photographs if you have maybe your family photo that you want to put in the back, or your Christmas tree or something like that. Or you can just use ones that they have set. So I'm just going to do that for time's sake. Christmas, and sure, this looks great. So then it will put this on your board. It will upload it into here. And there we go. So like that looks so much more Christmas, right? Oh, so much better. Okay, so here, let's say we've got people to buy for, maybe Christmas cards list, maybe dinners, or maybe let's just say holiday parties, etc. Right? So you get the idea. You put all those different things in. Now, here what you could do is, let's say you need to buy for your mom. So you do a card for her dad. Maybe, I will be, daughter, son, whatever. So you can put their names. Obviously, this is for yours. And then what you can come in. So let's say, I'm going to put husband. I didn't put husband down. Sorry, Matt. There. So I'm going to start with him. So let's say here, this is a section now inside his card. You can give all the information that you want. And so here, my husband's name is Matt, and I can put in here a description. I can say, oh, he loves board, oops, I don't want to do a label. He loves board games, music, Star Wars, etc. Right? So you can put all the information. Obviously, you may know your spouse and you don't need to give yourself descriptions, but this is a nice place that you can save things. Maybe you were talking to grandma and realized that she really likes the color pink and you didn't know that before. You can put that in there. I don't know, things like that. You can store information, or maybe you're buying for a coworker and you need to put their name down and you're learning things about them. So you're putting some different things about them. Then the next thing you can do is go in and have a checklist. So here, this is a great way. You can store the different things that you want to remember, or maybe this would be a place where you'd have gift ideas. So maybe I'll call it gift ideas. And I could put in here and be like, okay, slippers. I know, I'm just making up stuff. Wallet, maybe a poster, a game, board, I don't know, a gift card, right, etc. Right? So you could put those different things down here. It can be whatever. So obviously I'm using the example for Christmas, but this could be any type of checklist, anything you want to keep track of. So here, so maybe instead of a gift list, maybe you're coming up with, your daily routine or something you want to track, or maybe you're planning for a party and you want to make sure you have all these different things in line. So this is where it will be helpful. What's cool is then you can you can just choose, oh, once I've got it, I know I already have the slippers, I'm good to go. Oh, I bought the wallet, okay. And then it actually, if you're tracking a different kind of goal, this is where it's fun because it will actually show you your percentage, so you can see how far you are to completing that. So with a gift list, you might not buy all of the things, but what's cool is if you have this board already set up and then you have your phone, you could totally just come and put it in here. And if you hear them say, oh, I really liked that game, you can pop it into their Trello board right under their name. Doesn't mean you're going to buy it, doesn't mean you have to buy it, but you will know exactly where to find it later. So that is another way to use that. And then there's some other basic things that we can show you. So you can go through and you can add dates, specific dates. So like maybe you want to have all of your Christmas shopping done by, like the 20th. I don't know what day Thanksgiving is. It's probably the 27th. So let's say you want it done way before that. And you could say, you want this done at time of due date, and then here it is on your due date. There are some ways that you can use what's called power-ups and add them so that it directly goes to your calendar as well, which is really cool, but we're not going to talk about that today. So we could have a due date in here, and then once you know you're done with that person or you're done with that task or whatever it is, you can click right here. It's green. We love that, and it's done. It shows it's complete, and on your board, you can see it completed and it has the date here. Or you can unclick it and it shows the due date, but it doesn't have it completed. Another thing you can do is move different cards around. So let's say maybe you have this people to buy for, and then maybe you want to do gifts to wrap. Maybe for I don't know, I'm just coming up with something here. So you can take this and I can move it over here. I can move the card, like just drag it here and move it over, or I can right click over here and I can move the card and I can go back to the list, people to buy for, and I can decide what position I want it. Well, I want him to be at position number 1. And so I can move it there and boom, he's at the top here. So goodness, I talked about a lot of different things because I just get so excited. But you can also add images in here. So like if I came in here, I don't have an image ready, but let's say I want to look for a Star Wars calendar for 2026. And I can look for that. Sure, let's say I like this one. I probably would choose an Amazon one, but let's see. Okay, oh, I really like this. Maybe, let's see. Star Wars calendar. I'll come to Amazon here. Let's say this is not the one I'm probably going to choose, but let's say, oh, I really like this one. I can come in here. I can copy the link. I can also come in here and save this image and, Star Wars. And then I can come back to my board here. I can do a couple different things. I can come in this description, or I can do a comment, which is probably what I'll do. And I can paste that link. So I know that's the shopping link. It's really long, but hey, there's the shopping link. I can save that. And I can also come in and choose the screenshot. I think I saved it. Sorry. Star Wars. And I could be like, oh, boom. I know exactly what it looks like. And so maybe I'm not ready to shop, but I'm like, ooh, I really like that calendar. This is where I get it. And boom, all of that is inside his board. And you can make it a cover photo, so you'll automatically see that, or you can come in and you're like, I don't want that as my cover. You can come right down here, open up that board again and remove the cover, and it doesn't have that any longer. Okay, I know, did I completely confuse you? I just get so excited. So I would love to know if you use Trello, if this was helpful, and what other questions you have about it. I would probably love to be able to do a full-on training where we could do this together. So if that's something that you would like to do, or we could have a live action where you could open up your Trello board and you can start working through it and doing some of those tasks. If that would be something that would be helpful to you, let me know. Put Trello in the comments. I would love to be able to help you do that, or we can plan a time to do that. I absolutely love being able to help organize this way, because I think once we get it off of our brains and down someplace else, we no longer are trying to store all of that information in our brains. And it frees us up to be able to focus on the things that are most important. And so that's why I really love Trello, and there's lots and lots more we can learn about it and do as well. So I hope this was helpful. Again, if you have any questions, pop them down below. If you want that special price for the Faith and Flourish board, which I didn't didn't show you, but here it has a welcome. There's daily anchors, how to nourish your body, a weekly flow, stuck to started, a vision calling, accountability, encouragement, and next steps. And so this board is loaded with all kinds of information. So if you would like to have that board or be able to check into that or get that special price, just put TV in the comments and I will get that for you. So I gave you a lot of call to actions here. I really want to make sure that this is helping you and helping you step into organizing your life, being able to feel clear so that you can focus on the things that are most important. And so I just want to remind you that you are worthy and capable of living a full and flourishing life. Success isn't just possible, it's meant for you. All right, friends, take care and have a great rest of your day.